Hi guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel, AlgoWise. So today we'll be discussing the latest quarterly results of Dixon Technologies Private Limited, which was announced on 28th of July, so just 2 days back. So we have Molloy with us, who would help us, decode the numbers and the future prospects of the company based on the latest quarterly results. So, welcome, Molloy.
Yeah. Hi, Kalyan. Yeah.
So,
So,
yeah, so this is more of a educational kind of video wherein Molloy would be explaining based on his research and due diligence. So, viewers, whoever is going ahead with investing or trading on particular stocks based on quarterly results analysis might do so using his own research and due diligence. So that would be better. So, Molloy, can we start?
yeah, sure. So let me share my screen once.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Please go ahead.
So is the screen visible?
Yeah, yeah, yes.
Okay. So, as you've already told that Dixon Technologies has announced their results recently. So before going to the results, we'll just give the highlight of the company. So Dixon Technologies are they are in the business of consumer durables, lighting, mobile phones, smartphones, markets in India. They have a diversified portfolio in LED TVs, washing machines, LED bulbs, tube
Okay.
lights, CCTV, medical equipments, etc. So actually, they are producing these things, all the electronic goods. But who are their customers? So if we want to know about the customers, we can drop down further to see. So Dixon is the biggest manufacturer of LED TVs in India, producing TVs for brands like Samsung, Panasonic, Xiaomi, TCL, OnePlus, and many more. They also manufacture lighting products for companies like Philips, Havells, Syska, Bajaj, Wipro, Orient, and more. They happen to be the leading contract manufacturer of semi-automatic washing machines for clients like Godrej, Samsung, Lloyds, Panasonic, and they are also in the business of manufacturing of mobile phones and security systems. So
Okay.
these are basically their customers. They are producing, they are either producing or they are assembling the goods for these customers. Okay, so they have in the business model they have two types of models, OEM and ODM. OEM models is like the original design and manufacturing is not done. It's more of like assembling part where the operating margin is less. The ODM type of models is like you have your own in-house research, and then you have your own technology, and then you make your own product. So these typical for the ODM models, the operating margins are more, but as of now they only have 9% of the total revenue from ODM business. Okay, so the
Okay.
target is that in future, so they improve on their operating margins, which is as on today's date is very less. It's around 4%. Okay, so
Okay.
going to the results, if you can see the results for this quarter. So if you compare with June 2021, the sales were like 1867, which went up from 1867 to 2855. So the revenue growth is significant. And if you see the net profit, it was having a very less net profit of 18 crore. Because if you see the other quarter results, this quarter they had a loss because of some forex exchange around
Okay.
12. Okay, so otherwise, if that would not be happening, so the 18 crores would have been around say 30 crores. But this quarter they have a net profit of 46 crores. Okay,
Okay.
so typically for this electronics company, the June quarters are soft, and then the demand increases during the festive season. So September quarter and December quarters are always better. So even if you look here, so June 2020 there was COVID, but if you see September 1639 2183 was more than 517, which cannot be taken as a reference because of the COVID. But if you look into 2021 as well, from 1867 the business improved to 2804 and 3073. So June is expected to be a soft quarter, and here on from the next 2 quarters, the company is expected to improve in the total sales and also the profit. Okay.
Yeah, so September 2022 and December 2022, that would also be like those numbers would also be very good.
Yeah, it is expected to improve. Okay,
Yeah.
so but at the same time they will be having a higher base. So if you see the earlier the net profits were 18, but in September it was 63. So they had to improve from their higher base of revenue and net profit, and there is a possibility they can do that. Okay,
Okay.
so now if we look in further into the if we look into the results from percentage wise, so quarter on quarter, if you see there is a increase in say 150% from for profit perspective, and from sales perspective it is around 52.9%. Okay, so now if the total sales is 2855, we'll break it down further. Out of 2855, 932 is in consumer electronics, where the EBITDA margin is around 2.7. In the lighting segment, it's 231 crores, where your EBITDA margin is 7.4. Home appliances 256 crore out of 2855, where EBITDA margin is 8.2. And mobile and emergency medical service 1305, where EBITDA margin is 2.5. So if you see, out of 2855 crores, most of the business are in consumer electronics and mobile and emergency medical service, where the EBITDA margins are less. And now the target for the companies is to increase their revenue in these segments, where the EBITDA margins are more, which will give into, if they increase the revenue over here, they will improve in their operating margins, right? So
Okay.
there is a conference call. I'll give the highlights for each of these segments, what was discussed in the conference call. So like for consumer electronics and LED television, if we look into the
So for companies like you mentioned Xiaomi or all other mobile companies, so these guys are the manufacturing partners. So they do the manufacturing, and the final branding is from Xiaomi, right?
right, correct.
Okay.
Same applies for Samsung, for
Yeah.
Dell. So, like in consumer electronics, it has the largest LED television capacity in India. This is the management highlights, which I'm presenting in a short way. Okay,
Okay.
so it has the largest LED television capacity in India. The company is ready with a capacity of 6 million sets, including backward integration. Backward integration, it has a capacity to cater 35% of the Indian requirements. Okay, and if we go back here, one more important point is that the company is not facing any competition, because if you see the market cap of this company, it's like 21,955 crores. The next company is having a market cap of 324. So as such, there is no competition. And with the China plus one theme, where the Indian government wants to develop, to manufacture all the electronic components, the soft parts, and also the assembling to be done in India. So government is also helping with the PLI scheme, which may be helpful for the company. And if you see that, like most of their peers do not have even a positive PYE, so they are not even consistently making profits around the year. Okay,
Okay.
so that is one good thing. Now going back to the highlights of the con call. So the company has a total area of 4 lakh 50,000 square feet in Tirupati campus. It's further investing in adding complete assembly lines of TB and injection molding lines in the campus, in line with the backward integration. So backward integration means if you go up the supply chain, you are trying to include those companies, where you either acquire those companies to improve on your operating margins, right? Means if you're assembling something, some of the parts you acquire from the upstream company, right? So if you do a backward integration, means you are acquiring those companies in order to improve on your profitability.
Okay.
So now they are also received order from Dell, which already commenced in April 2022. And for Samsung, their discussion is in progress, and the management anticipates to conclude the same in the coming quarters. So this is for consumer electronics. Similarly, for lighting, the demand started to normalize, leading to liquidation of the higher cost inventory, because last quarter their manufacturing cost was more. So, and they were not getting the required sale price in the market. So they actually did some a bit of inventory. They stocked, they piled up the products. Now they are getting those prices, and now they are liquidating those things. So it is expected that in the next 2 or 3 quarters, once they sell this inventory, their operating margins is expected to improve as also their revenue. Okay.
Okay.
So the LED bulb, again, if you see, they have a capacity of 300 million units, which is like 50% of the country's requirement. So and also the company received the first export order from UAE market during this quarter. Okay. So in home appliance segment also, they supply semi-automatic and fully automatic washing machines. Their customers are like, they have 96 variants for fully automatic, and they have around 160 models for semi-automatic. And their customers are like Lloyd's, Thompson's. Okay, and they got an agreement with a big customer whose production is likely to commence by quarter 2 of financial year 23. They didn't disclose the name. And in additional infrastructure footprints in Dehradun would be ready by in the next couple of months to meet the increased demand ahead of the festive season.
Okay.
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 Then the company is focusing on making segments more of R&D, research and development, driven to serve the industry with the latest and more innovative technologies. So in the mobile and EMS divisions, also they had a contract with Motorola, where they will supply like 1.5 millions of phones till quarter 2 of financial year 23, and it expects the volume to increase from 4 lakhs to 5 lakhs. And it started a manufacturing of Nokia featured phones in addition to smartphones, which the company has already manufacturing. Means they already have a tie with Xiaomi and all. And
Okay.
then they also have a tie with the Nokia, and the monthly volumes once stabilized is expected to be 0.5 millions per month. Okay. So
Okay.
for meeting the demands of the new customers, the company has taken uh, 2 lakh square feet facility in Noida. Okay.
Okay.
So the order book is like 10 millions now per annum, and it is expected to go to 14 million by second quarter of financial year 23. Okay.
So
So the
security
capex,
services, what would be the so exact product? It will be for security
security services like the cameras, the
cameras and
alarm,
all, right? Okay.
alarm,
Okay. Mm-hmm.
uh, those things, fire alarm. Okay. So now the capex they have planned of 310 crore capex capital expenditure for financial year 23. Okay. And if you look into the company is targeting a revenue of 17,000 crore. Okay. For financial year 23. So and they expect that the operating margins would be around say 4 to 4.3. So going back to the Excel sheet. So in financial year 22, they had a sales of 10697. And as per management guidance, this can go to 17,000. So if we, and their operating margins were also around say 4%, and they expect it to be around that same percentage only, and it can improve. But if we consider the same percentage, then with that view, if they are able to meet 17,000 sell. So the net profit for the financial year 23 would be around say 302 to 303 crores. And the current market price is 3,700. So this company, which doesn't have any competitor, so obviously it's trading at a very high PYE.
Hybrids,
So the
yeah,
current
correct.
PYE is around 100 to 115. Okay. So now if the price remains same and the profitability goes from 190 crores, the net profit goes from 190 crores to 302 crores, so its PYB would come down to 72 if the share price remain constant for the
Hmm.
next year. But yeah, so if the PYE settles somewhere between 115 to 72, say around 80, then the current market price would be from current market price of 3700, the company can have another can go up say around 4,100,
Okay.
which can give 10%, 10 to 11% return. So this is in line with the consensus estimate. If you go back, so the consensus price target for this is 4078.
Okay.
So, but yes, this is just my own analysis, and the viewers should do their own analysis before investing here. So, one point is that this share is not available at a cheap rate. As you can see, its PY is 102. But yeah, over the long run, it can give good returns. It's only when there is a correction, deep correction, that is a good time to add this one. Or if even people can add in trenches, say in segments wise, say if they are targeting to say invest 50,000. So if they invest in say in the first part of like 10,000, and if there is further correction, they can invest that. It's not a share at this level where investor would put a bulk of money. Okay. Because there is a risk with a high PY, there is also always a risk for correction, deep correction. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's my own view, and the investor should do their due diligence before investing.
So
So that's the
overall,
highlight of
the
what we.
prospect is good with a good order book, as well as being associated with so many brands, like for the LED manufacturing part. So they are associated with almost all the big brands, right? Samsung and all the other companies, even the washing machine division, which is the consumer electronics. So Bosch, Lloyd and Thompson, and then even for the mobile hand smartphone devices, they are associated with Xiaomi, Nokia. So overall, the prospect
The
looks
business
good.
is in sweet spot. It's
Mm,
only that again, the business, when the business is in sweet spot, it comes at a higher valuation, and
yeah,
so there's always a chance of getting trapped, because if there is a PYE contraction, it's only traditionally it always happened that the high PYE companies correct first because of the volatility. So yeah, but yes, the business is definitely good and it has a good prospect if someone is looking down the line, say 8 years, 10 years down the line.
yeah, correct, correct. Okay, okay, fine. This was very helpful, and Molloy. So I think we'll end the video here, and we'll make one more video for the next result of one more company in line. So that will be a surprise. So we'll tell that in the next video, and Molloy will decode the results of that one too. So thanks, Molloy, for joining, and we'll catch up in the next video.
Thanks, Kalyan. Always a pleasure.
Yeah, thanks. Bye.